lobby. The reason why we forgot it is because it was thriller trash. Thriller trash. That was the reason. That's what it's called about. I did not like that. Listen, for the whole. Okay, this is the BlizzCon podcast, and this is going to be another episode of our anime section. Obviously, I got Jamie back again, and we're about to do some One Piece talks. Yes, sir. So this style of this video is going to be the best pre-time skip arcs. We're going to mention a few different of arcs, and then also give our personal favorite time skip arcs. And to reiterate, this is our personal opinion. So if you're not happy about
really have to preface that, yeah.
Exactly. So don't get triggered. But anyway, obviously like, comment, subscribe, all of that, and yeah, we'll move on straight into the video. So the type of arcs I think we're going to mention is my personal top 3 favorite arcs in pre-time skip was Marineford, Annie's Lobby, and either Sabaody or Arlong Park, low-key. No,
that's
actually,
an interesting one.
Arlong
That's
Park,
an interesting one.
Yeah,
I really never would have thought that someone would have mentioned that, to be honest, or like you would have. Because it's like,
actually, I changed my mind. Go on. What's it called? Baratier instead of Baratier. No, the ship they go on when they find Sanji.
Oh yeah.
And you see Mihawk for the first time.
That was cool, actually. I did like that one. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think that would be my top 3. But obviously, give your top 3, and then we'll move on to why and honorable mentions and etc.
Yeah. So mine would probably be what? Shit, man. Okay, Impel Down, because I thought that was like the whole time. Yeah, I was gonna say, man. I'm surprised you didn't say Impel Down. Impel Down, because the whole time I was so connected as to what was happening that it was like it didn't even feel like I was watching anything. It just felt like I was in it. You know what I mean? Same as you have like the 3 classics. You have Buggy, you have Luffy, and you have the other Don. I don't know. I forgot what his name.
Bon Clay?
His name was. Yeah. Him, the goat. And same as you meet Ivankov for the first time. It's just you meet so many cool new characters and shit. And then we talked about this.
You also meet what's his name? What's the fisherman? Oh, what's his name?
Oh, Jinbei.
I forgot. Jinbei, that's his name.
Jinbei, the goat, bro. Yeah.
Yes,
So yeah, you meet Jinbei. You meet so many you see so many people again. But then, so my second, we talked about this just before. My second favorite arc. I know that Enies Lobby is connected to Water 7, but personally, I prefer Water 7 so much more to Enies Lobby, just because the story set up in that place was incredible, and it was at the part where the animation gets better. In my opinion, like the world building gets much better. You're just in it a lot. And then probably the third I'd say would be Skypiea.
That's a hot take, because there is a lot of people who don't like Skypiea.
I get that. No, I completely get that. But I think Enel was probably we're gonna have an episode on Devil Fruits, but Enel, little spoiler for that episode, but Enel is probably my top 3 favorite Devil Fruits. I think it's so ridiculous, that shit. And it's a shame how the fight went in the end. But it was kind of a so quick. Yeah. It was essentially just like, But yeah, personally, it would be Skypiea, because it was so crazy. Like it broke the rules of the world that he created to just move past the need for like a ship or a sea to just 100%. Go into the sky, and then you know what I mean. 100%. Same as at the end of it, like when you see Luffy's shadow and everything, it's just a perfect arc in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, probably my top 3.
Okay, I hear you. To build on even your Skypiea, because obviously I see a lot in the community, they don't really like Skypiea. People complain it's boring and stuff. And I was surprised, because I enjoyed, man. Yeah, I enjoyed Skypiea a lot personally.
See, with Thriller Bark, we talked about Thriller Bark a bit before.
Which I dislike with Thriller Bark, heavily.
I completely understand, because when I was on Thriller Bark, I was like, when is this going to finish? You know what I mean? Because it felt like a lot of it was just kind of filler. But Brook's introduction, bro, like so good. The fact that he meets him for the first time and just goes, come with me. But Skypiea, I can understand, or not Skypiea, Thriller Bark, I can understand the criticism. Skypiea, it's strange to me, because quite literally the only complaints I had about Skypiea was the animation, even though that's not really fair because it's Toei.
100%.
And the time it released wasn't like incredible for animation. But I honestly think if it got the budget that the newer seasons are getting, it would be up there.
It'd be more.
You know what I mean?
That's actually
100%.
I think that's a very good point you bring up, Eli, because I think obviously some of people's reservations with even starting off One Piece is obviously the animation. I think, and it's a disservice to the anime. I mean, Toei made a lot of mistakes, but we're not going to get to that. That'll be for now. We'll have a Toei.
Yeah, bro, we'll have a dedicated Toei episode where we just shit on
the
Toei,
way they did the pacing in One Piece. Oh my goodness! But anyway, aside from that, I mean, yeah, man,
it happens. Man,
from that. LI, it is what it is. Yeah, so good on that. I'll put, okay, so why I think Marineford personally is one of, I think Marineford is universally known as either the best.
As the best, yeah. But that's the only reason I didn't choose it, because I wanted to I hear that. It's such an easy choice, you know what I mean?
100%.
Because it's just when they perfected it.
Completely, and I think it was legit just action after action after action.
Yeah,
and then it was big reveal after big reveal. It was just, and there's a lot of
it's like, imagine if I explained to a friend who didn't really watch One Piece today, like pretty much about Marineford. I was trying to convince him to watch it, and I said to put that into like perspective, it's like, imagine 400 episodes of building hype around the most powerful people in this universe. So like the Yonko, Blackbeard, Whitebeard, the Navy, all of that. You build these incredibly powerful characters, and then in one huge fight scene, you have everyone in it. It's a Royal Rumble, pretty much, all tailored around the main character, who is Luffy. So it's like just so much action that it would be weird if it wasn't your favorite. Do you know what I mean?
Completely.
But personally, it's like the fact that all the Straw Hats weren't in it is the thing that brings it back for me. And I know I said Impel Down was my favorite, but that's only because of like of Buggy and all of them, because it was like Karma. Do you know what I mean? And it was new.
Yeah,
you see a lot of new shit. Ever since they introduced Impel Down, the prison, I was just, the whole time I was like, oh, I want to see what's in there and shit like that. Man.
Yeah. No, I can completely agree with you. I think you touched on actually a good point. You didn't like that Straw Hats with it. At first, I had my big reservations at first as well when they weren't originally in it. But it made sense, and I'm okay with it because of what it led to in the end.
100%. They needed that time skip. Like, it wouldn't have made sense if they were there.
And I think it even solidified that relationship, because obviously Luffy ended up losing Ace 100%. And 100%. It built on with that relationship that they felt like they owed Luffy to be there, because Luffy was normally there for them when they needed him most.
Exactly.
So I mean, even to build upon that point, I mean, Ace dying was, unfortunately, it was spoiled for me. Drew, if you're watching this, pagan boy, but he did it by accident.
I don't know if I could ever forgive someone if they spoiled.
No, it was an accident. Listen, you want to know how it happened? You know how it happened? Yeah. When Ace and Blackbeard fight?
Yeah.
And because I was ahead of him, and then I was like, oh, because he already, that got spoiled for him. He already knew Ace died. So I was like, oh, something could happen. Ace just fought somebody. Oh, he was like, oh, did Ace die? I'm like, what? What do you mean Ace died? I was just like, what?
That's
He's like,
tough,
oh, oops.
That's tough.
And then he just hang up the FaceTime. I'm like, damn.
That's tough, bro. That's tough. If he just went with it, he probably could have saved it as well. That's tough,
but it is what it is.
I got quite lucky. The person I was watching it with, hid it quite well. I remember asking him, is that the guy that died? And he was like, I don't know. But I think with Marineford, I think it had the most powerful message in the show. And I think anyone can agree with that who's watched One Piece. The scene with him and Jinbei, when he's like, remember what you have and not what you just lost. Same as it had, arguably to me, like one of the most powerful scenes where you see Luffy go like, fuck it, I don't want to become the Pirate King anymore just because Ace died. And hearing him say that, the character who throughout the whole show was like, fuck everybody, I'm going to do what I want to do, I'm going to become the Pirate King, to hear him say, I don't want to do it anymore, is powerful shit, man. And then for him to come back from that, so that was huge for me.
100%. And I think even one more thing I want to touch upon with that, I think even the relationship between Garp and Luffy was evident through that, because obviously Garp allowed himself to
100%
get beat up by Luffy, basically, to go end up saving Ace the first time. But I mean, it showed through. I mean, a lot of people blame Garp for what he did, but I think a lot of people don't take into consideration the position he is in, because
I was going to say, I never once did I 100%.
Yeah, I think just because this position he's in, he can't just, hey, let me just switch sides. You
it
know,
made
like,
it that much more tragic because it was like
100%.
I understand that he like I never thought that he would have jumped into the fight because it's Garp. Like ever since they were children, he's been like Navy, you don't become pirates.
Yeah.
So I didn't expect him to jump into the fight, but just that little like sentence or scene where you see him like who was it that he told someone to hold him back when
he told what's the guy with the Buddha yeah. I forgot his name.
You know what I'm on about the admiral, the top dog.
The top admiral.
He was like,
admiral.
he was like, hold me down because I'm like, I'm gonna jump in. Just that one little piece of like attention that he gave Ace was enough for that to be an incredible story arc for him. 100%. And it played on a lot of things like with Impel Down. I was mentioning you have all these new people introduced and old people introduced, but in Marineford it's like times 10 because you get
100%.
You get Shanks's crew, you get Blackbeard's crew, you get Whitebeard's crew, which is arguably the coolest one. You see so many new Devil Fruits. It has the coldest scene in the whole show, in my opinion.
When Luffy uses hockey?
No. It's when he jumps in and he's like in front of the 3 admirals. He's in front of RPG. Bro, that I won off when you see him land with that huge like stick.
Log or whatever.
yeah. That was like my favorite. It was so powerful that it's like, yeah. But again, that it's such an easy choice for me that's the reason I haven't chosen it.
Yeah, I think that's completely.
And I think in all honesty, Impel Down is underrated. I don't hear enough Impel Down talk.
Impel Down
compared to Marineford.
I think that even had the biggest in terms of scare for Luffy, because he obviously had the poison where he looked like he was. So I think it's a good thing, and I mean that's his real first loss, like proper loss, as in like not as in like he loses and comes back to win, you know, type beat, but you know, I mean that's his first proper, because I mean he basically got poisoned, had to run away to save himself from Magellan. So yeah, it is what it is.
And then the arc after that, he ran away again. So it's those two are very like prominent.
We didn't even touch Sub. Oh my days, that was low. Yeah, no, I think that's my favorite scene in One Piece. We'll touch on Archipelago because I can't say Sub-OD or Sub-OD, how are we supposed to say it? You know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea how to say that.
The one where he obviously punches the Celestial Dragon, I think that was probably the best scene.
That one was great. That one was great. Same as you meet Law and
what's his name?
What's his name? I was hoping you'd remember it. Captain Kid.
Kid, yes.
Captain Kid. Yeah. That was it. That was it. And both of their Devil Fruits are cold. So in that little arc, it was so short. But you see like pretty much every single bit of competition that Luffy's about to go against in the next half of the show, which makes it like, whoa. Do you know what I mean? It's just very relevant, that arc. 100%.
Even like what you said, it introduced what's it called? The worst generation or new generation or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was like abundance of different characters who sparks your interest, and it was just there. But I mean, I think Marineford is basically dubbed as the best arc generally in One Piece. But to move on to the other ones that we mentioned, I'll start off firstly because you talked about War 7, so this will actually start off with War 7, and I'll talk about Annie's
I guess so these are our favorites, but like best arc, I would say is Marineford.
Yes, exactly.
But yeah, favorites is personal.
So now moving on to favorites, I will talk about Annie's Lobby, and I think Annie's Lobby is probably my favorite pre-time skip arc.
That was great, bro. You get Soga King. Unreal.
Yeah, you get Soga King. You get
was so good.
The top 3 fight in One Piece with Luffy versus Rob Lucci. You also get you get the whole Nico Robin backstory and kind of like opening up.
Same as that's when you see isn't that when you see Gear 2nd and 3rd for the first time?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You
get like the biggest like power up of the main character. With
and
the
then
pose and everything.
Zoro, you see him use Usher as well against the thing, and you see what's it called, Monster Point Chopper as well.
That was so cool, bro. That was crazy, so cool. Seeing that for the first time, man.
100%. And I think that's the first time. Is that the first time you see Sanji become Sanji and not fight lose because he doesn't want to fight a woman? Or is that not? Is that not the one?
I'm not sure. I thought that was. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
It might be earlier. Obviously, let us know in the comments in it.
That's when you see if it was gold because you see Frankie as well, and obviously I think this has been said before, but Frankie's my all-time favorite character. Because I just think he's incredible. What else? What else happened that arc?
You missed the ball to say he was super. Come on, man. Nah, come on, man.
No, I need time before I can do that impersonation, bro. I want practice.
No, but you're like, Frankie was incredible. He said Frankie was incredible. It should have been super.
Oh, true. Yeah, well, Frankie was super. Thank you, man. Thank you. So as again with the message, like I mentioned in from Marineford, I think the message with Robin was incredible.
100%.
I thought that whole thing was like it couldn't have been executed better, in my opinion.
100%.
The whole point of she was standing on the other side of the building and they fired the thing, the world government flag. And she said, like, I want to be alive for the first time. It was powerful shit, man. And it sticks with you through the whole show.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I just think it was such an engaging arc. I like the whole fights they had. I think the whole story. Obviously, that was the end of the original ship. So what was it?
Bro, I completely forgot about that. The Mary.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And then it came back to save them order for the last time.
I was watching with my friend and I was like, I remember thinking like, get rid of this fucking shit, bro. Like, why do they care? Because I just wanted a level. I was like, why do they care? Just get rid of it, man. Like it's not that deep. And he was like, watch, you're gonna regret the fact that you said that.
You said that. Yeah.
And at the very end, it comes in clutch and saves them, bro. And in that moment, it's like, and you understand, it was only Usopp. Yeah, you get the whole thing with Usopp and Luffy.
Luffy.
Where he leaves the crew.
And then comes back to Soga King. Yeah.
100%, yeah. But that whole dynamic, what's it called? Water 7 and Enies Lobby is incredible, in my opinion. Yeah, which is why Water 7 is my personal favorite as well.
I mean, even before I talk about Water 7, because you can speak more to Water 7, I do think that probably had the best location-wise, and it looked the best aesthetically.
100%. Like I remember seeing it because it was when it got like a little animation like boost. So it looked a little bit better than the one before that. Which was, what was it, Alabaster? Was it before that? Or was it Skypiea? No, it would have been Skypiea, wasn't it?
Skypiea, probably. Yeah, Alabaster was after Arlong. Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's when they had BB.
So it probably was. That was it. Yeah. But yeah, I just amazing art. Because the setup and everything. It was just a gorgeous location that they picked for it. Or that he drew for it, yeah.
100%. And I think one thing you mentioned, which obviously you'll get into, was the eventual knowledge of what those people, the Rob Lucci, all those, I forgot their actual names. What they're called.
CP9.
CP9. That's it.
Yeah, you see the guy walk past Robin, and he's CP9.
100%.
Yeah. No, that was great. And then you see CP0 and shit up to like to this point. Like to the very, you still see them fucking about doing whatever they're doing. So it's a very relevant arc in terms of Robin's backstory and everything. Yeah,
and everything.
100%.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, but yeah, you can speak more to it. Why Water 7 is your favorite? Is there anything more you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I talk about would be Frankie. To be honest, I think Frankie was like, it was so funny. I remember laughing probably the most I have from any One Piece arc, maybe apart from Impel Down because I found that fucking hilarious. But it was so funny. And I hated Frankie at first because I was like, this fucking dick is just stealing the money and everything. But at the end of it, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. 100%. When he joins the crew and everything, it was amazing. And where did they go after that? Was it
Water 7 they go to Enies Lobby?
Oh, but after Enies Lobby. What was the arc after that, if you can remember? All right, fuck it, if you can't remember.
Technical difficulties, anyway.
but yeah, it was Water 7 was my favorite, but I can see why Enies Lobby would be yours because it was a bit more exciting. But I personally prefer like the world building part of One Piece. I find more entertaining.
No, I hear that.
Like
that makes sense.
Which is again, I guess this leads into Skypiea if you want to talk about that. But which is why Skypiea was my favorite because at the beginning you get Nolan you get Blackbeard, you get what's his fucking name? The dude, Bellamy. You get Bellamy. You get and then they go to Skype. You get a bunch of characters there. You get the dude that flies on the bird.
Yeah.
There's so much crazy shit that, like, if you are watching One Piece as a fan, if you're starting off watching One Piece, Skype is going to be the arc where you're like, what is going on? Because it's such crazy 100%. Random shit.
100%.
Even when like the thing comes up and it pushes them out of the water, and they Nami has the thing where they sail along the wind stream. All of it was cool, and it all broke the rules that Oda put in place for this universe, which is what made it so like entertaining for me.
Completely. I hear that. I think even to build on a point you even said, that's the first time we actually get introduced to hockey and observation hockey. Because obviously, I forgot what they called it. I forgot what they called it because the Sky people called it something different. But
keep talking. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. Also, I found out the arc after Enies Lobby. The reason why we forgot it is because it was Thriller trash. That was the reason. That's what it's called. I did not like that. Listen. For the whole time I've watched One Piece, I've enjoyed every single arc thoroughly.
It was Mantra. They called it Mantra.
That is it.
Yeah.
That is it.
That was it.
Yeah. That's when you introduced Mantra and everything. And no, I thought it was just such a great location. Like you mentioned about locations, the thing I think it was amazing. And I think what was the thing I liked the most? You actually saw a development of some of the characters. I mean, that was Sanji's basically Zoro moment that he had at Thriller Park. You remember when he gets electrocuted? And then I think that was basically his Zoro moment that he did in front of. Yeah, and he nearly dies.
Bro.
And
same with NL. Speaking on that, NL was like such an amazing villain just because he comes in and dicks everybody, and it's annoying. I think it's great how Luffy's the only person that can technically fight him because he's rubber.
Bro,
I thought that was clever, but the way
100%.
Yeah, go on.
No, finish your point and I'll jump.
Yeah, it's fine. I was gonna say the way it ended is like, in my opinion, a criticism, just because it was so quick and it was so like
anticlimactic.
Just in my opinion, because it was to do with the gold, wasn't it, that he had in his arm. So it's like, if it was like an actual scrap, then like multiple, like Doflamingo kind of thing, multiple episode kind of thing. But I would have preferred it a lot more.
No, I
but regardless, I think NL's like impact stayed with me throughout, and that's why I'm just waiting for him to come back, bro.
He probably will, to be honest. He probably will.
100%. I'm gonna be disappointed if he doesn't.
To even play the contrary, I think the reason why I actually liked the ending was I think NL was too broken, because when I first saw NL and I saw the lightning, I was like, oh, they're actually screwed. I was like, there's no way.
Bro, the fact that anyone on Skype here, if you say like one thing, it's just done. It's like finished, bro. Like it's you have no chance to redeem yourself. So he's constantly like on watch, and that was with his Hakai, wasn't it? It was with Observation Hakai.
Observation Hakai, yep.
Yeah,
and
so it's.
I mean, even I had a moment. I mean, I completely forgot the Luffy was made out of rubber and rubber doesn't affect. So like legit, when he did it to him, I was like, oh, Luffy. Then Luffy just stood there and I'm like, what? And he's like, and then you see the screenshot of his face zoom in.
Bro, the NL face is so like, it's iconic. So fun. That was so good. Yeah, it was iconic, man. It was iconic. 100%. I have to admit, it's better in the manga though. That face.
Yeah, I saw that. 100%.
Yeah, the manga was so much better.
100%.
But no, man. I'd like to see. To be fair, I'd like to see someone's. I mean, you've read a bit of it, haven't you?
I've read since I got to Wano. I've read completely, but I've seen like some scenes from certain things. Yeah.
I was gonna say, because it would be interesting to see someone's opinion if they only read it or if they read the whole thing.
From what I've seen from people, I think from what people say, they say the manga is far better because obviously with the pacing. And, I don't think the story changes too much in terms of that, but it's mostly to do with the pacing and then how obviously animation style as well. Because obviously,
I think a lot of the criticisms we have, or the things that draw certain arcs back, is just how Toei treated it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
and
like
the dimensions of people's bodies.
Right, 100%.
you know.
But 100% like that. But that's the only reason why stuff like Arlong Park, stuff like Sanji's introduction, is harder to remember for me, because it's just the fact that it just lacked, one, the funding, and two, the animation.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. I hear that.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you say about Alan Park.
Baratier?
You said that was.
Oh no, I changed it.
Or that one. Yeah, that one.
So okay, between my last three, because obviously I'm gonna put two of them in the honorable mentions. So I'm putting Arlong Park in honorable mention and Alabaster as an honorable mention because I think Crocodile is the best pre-time skip villain. I think he was the best. I think personally, I think he was the best pre-time skip villain. Because the way
sorry, Crocodile was amazing, to be fair.
And his devil fruit was amazing as well. I like the whole control.
True. It was like true. Yeah, for where he was as well. The fact that Sam was everywhere.
Perfect. 100%.
Perfect.
100%.
And then he almost kills Luffy. He punches him through the chest. So that moment was like, fuck.
Exactly. Yeah, and obviously you get the introduction to he was the first big warlord you saw as well. Because obviously they'd been building up at that time. Obviously, till then we didn't really know about the Yonkos. Actually, was Arlong a warlord?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask. That's what I was thinking.
He might have been.
I can't remember. I know that he was trying to take shit over.
We're capping. I realize I'm capping again because Mihawk was a warlord and Mihawk was in Baratier.
Yeah, but that was so quick that it doesn't really count.
But
it's
that is one of the reasons why
Baratier warlords.
That's why I was putting Baratier as my third, because obviously you get introduction to Sanji, you get introduction to the Deep Blue or Sea Blue, and I think it's the first big introduction to what was it? The post. I forgot what the post time skip place was actually called. Do you remember? The New World. The New World. I think that was the first introduction to the New World, and then you had Mihawk and Zoro's fight, which he gets like a tiny little baby sword and completely slaps him, and I'm just like, that is like this.
No, that was amazing. Even the theme with like the ocean restaurant was just great. It was just nice. It was just you see, same as the guy with the metal face. I forgot his name.
Adam. Yeah, he got slapped up though.
That dude. Yeah, but he returns as well. So it's like it's quite a comedic like chill arc. Yeah,
100%. And then even you see Mihawk do that one slash to rip up their ship. I thought, whoa.
Yeah, bro, Mihawk is crazy. Yeah, that was such a cool character to introduce in the beginning.
100%. Yeah.
But now that you mentioned Alabaster, actually, it's getting me thinking because I completely forgot about Alabaster.
I like Alabaster.
It was great. Yeah, it was like similar to like JoJo's Part 3. But it was kind of just like
no, I hear that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear that.
No, that was great. Yeah, so as you get Vivi, you meet Robin for the first time, and the Crocodile point was a great point. I didn't really think about that. Crocodile, I would probably say is the best pre-time skip villain.
Yeah, I think from his ambitions, because he was probably the closest to getting the what was the weapon, the thingy weapon? I forgot. Is it Pluto? Was it called Pluto or Neptune or something? Pluton. There we go. Yes, Pluton. Exactly. And then you get introduction to Robin and her and the polyglyphs and actually understanding where she came from and everything. And then obviously you got the introduction of Robin as the crew. Because that was the biggest surprise. He just turned up on the ship. And I was like, what?
The most annoying thing about fucking Toei, bro, is the fact that they spoiled that in the intro. I don't know if you.
I skipped the intro, so that sounds cool.
So lucky, man. I remember watching it with my friend, and suddenly Robin was in the intro on the ship with them, and it's like, what the fuck?
What?
Like, they kind of ruined that part.
But that's exactly why I stopped watching intros until I finished the anime, because they be spoiling everything.
Bro, like ridiculous. It's actually dumb. The fact that, my friend, I remember watching, this is post-time skip now, so this isn't really connected to what you're talking about. But I was watching Dressrosa with my mate, and he was like, fully avoid the intro, because it spoils so much. So
especially that person coming back, it was like,
Bro, exactly. Yeah, I'm happy I didn't watch that, to be fair. But no, I also want to, speaking of honorable mentions, we talked about this before as well, but I wanted to give an honorable mention to Thriller Bark, which is very controversial, I know. But I think there's so much shit that was introduced in Thriller Bark that people don't really think about. Like we talked about this. We had Kuma, we had Monster Luffy, which I loved. I remember you had mixed opinions about that, but I rated it. I thought it was amazing. The fact that he had like 200 people or souls inside him, whatever. Same as you had. I thought Gecko was annoying, but I thought he was like pretty cool.
I dislike that guy so much. Oh my.
Bro, the shadow fruit though.
Yeah, that was cold.
The shadow fruit was sick as fuck.
That was cold.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And who's the other one? Perona? She annoyed me as well.
Right,
Bro,
yeah.
it was just
So
so
she was,
many
yeah.
annoying characters in that. It just
That
triggered me.
that's a fair point. I understand the criticism. I do.
Uh,
And when I was watching it, I was like, this is I just can't wait to get
just
past it. But
log. How did
Brooke's backstory is beautiful. I thought it was just
amazing.
so good. And it's
And
like
it
without Thriller Bark, we wouldn't have gotten that.
and it tied nicely with Laboon as well, which I think was an underrated thing because obviously they knew Laboon when
Yes.
they before went to the
Yes.
ship
That was
and
a great
everything.
reveal. That was an
Yeah,
amazing reveal. I
yeah.
love that.
And even though we talked about it a little bit, it had one of my favorite fights, obviously, with Zoro versus Ryuma, and
Yep.
it had our first
And the
introduction into Wano.
first mentioning of Wano. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing
And
that
how
like,
he got
oh,
his sword. Yeah, he got his
yeah,
sword as well. It was
exactly, man.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Oh
was cool.
yes, bro, Zoran's sword. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
See, yeah,
that's
there's
how he
so
got
much
it.
shit in that arc that people forget about, man. I thought
And
it was
then
great.
obviously the best scene, or one of the best scenes in One Piece, is obviously Zoro taking the pain from Luffy, and they
Yes, that
ask
was
him what happens, and he's
bro, that
like
was
nothing.
amazing. And he's like nothing,
Amazing.
bro.
Yeah, that
What a
was
beat.
amazing. That was amazing.
What a fucking beat. No, true.
Yeah,
Same as it
but
had one of my favorite jokes in it when it was Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy were all passed out, and I can't remember who went up to them, but someone went, "Look, it's a woman sword fighter with meat," and all three of them woke up.
the
Like,
god.
I thought that was so funny. Yeah, man, I just think it had a lot of comedic value, and I
I hear
understand the
that. I hear that.
criticism because the zombies and shit were very annoying
Yeah.
and long to get used to. But no,
I did.
yeah, I think it deserves some respect. In all honesty,
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I mean,
yeah,
to
man.
even go to, I think that's a fair point. I mean, to speak on your jokes, I think Skypiea had the best jokes. I mean, what's it called? Luffy and Chopper doing the impersonations of Usopp. And then
Yeah.
those were
Bro, oh
amazing.
my god, I
Amazing.
completely forgot
Amazing.
about that. I completely
Bro.
forgot
It was like,
about
what's
that.
up? And then he did the little thing. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
bro.
kind of
Same
those jokes.
with Skypiea. Going back to Skypiea, they had the whole the cloud thing. I thought that was amazing. Like the
That was
cloud
sick.
paths and stuff, and they went through
100%.
the God's
Oh, yeah,
judgment and stuff like
100%.
that. Yeah,
100%.
bro. And
100%.
they had like NL's boys who had. There was one dude that had like, was it bubbles?
Yeah.
And like if you touch it, like
It would it pop.
Yeah,
I think yes, 100%. 100%.
like Skypiea had so much, and I do wish it got a bit more respect.
More respect.
And I feel like
agree with you completely.
if the animation was better, then Easy would be up there.
100. No, I agree with you completely. I think it gets a lot of disrespect for no reason. I thought it's such a good arc personally, but I mean,
100.
like I said, that is personal preference. I think my final honorable mention I really want to touch on is Arlong Park. So a lot of people say this is a very, very good arc, and I think it's one of the biggest ones that get a lot of people into One Piece personally. I think the whole Nami backstory was very done well.
That was that's probably the backstory that moved me the most. That like really like yeah.
I think
like
mine was probably Chopper's one.
That was my friends, but I didn't get it. I got to the end of that arc, and I was like, I love Chopper, man. I love him, but I think his backstory is kind of weak, in my personal opinion. But maybe I just need to go rewatch that. But Nami's backstory that fucked me up, man. That fucked me up, bro. With her mom, and then is her sister still alive?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. So you get her sister as well. You get like that whole thing. Same as Arlong Park leads into Fishman Island, and Arlong's still kind of
mentioned in Fishman Island completely. And yeah, and it ties up nicely when we obviously get to that. Obviously, that's supposed to happen. But I mean, even you get more of Nami's backstory. You understand why she was doing what she was doing to end up bringing enough money so she can save the island, which was ended up being a finesse in the first place. And it was just kind of like, damn. It was just like, damn. I think
it was fucked up, man.
And I think the first introduction to the fishmen were interesting as well, because you saw Usopp finally show some courage momentarily, but momentarily. But,
no, true.
He finally did his thing, and
for some reason I remember a part of that arc that was like Nami stabs Usopp or pretends to, and she stabs her hand, wasn't it? Something like that. Yeah, there was some like it was so long ago that I watched Arlong Park that I need to rewatch it to remember most of it. But no, it had some like amazing character building and backstories and stuff. So yeah, that's deserving of an honorable mention for sure.
Yeah. Do you want to mention anything else? Because I think apart from that, we'll get pretty much close.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, we could do like a quick recap of the points we made. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. So basically, to end off, we both agreed that Marineford is the best three-time skip arc.
Yeah.
But in our
yeah.
personal favorite ones, well, for me personally, is obviously Marineford, in no particular order, Annie's Lobby, and I low-key forgot my list.
Alan Park? No, that was honorable. That was honorable.
What was it?
Oh fuck!
Bro,
Did you say it was
I
Alabaster?
forgot, you know. Nah, that was an audible mention as well, you know.
Should we just go through all of them? Let me just a quick look up.
Annie's Lobby. How did I wait? I said Annie's Lobby.
Oh, that was it. Annie's
did
Lobby.
I say Annie's Lobby?
It was, yeah. You said Annie's Lobby because I said what 7. You said Annie's Lobby.
Yes. And then so Sabiodi, Apalego. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So there's East Blue. Oh, you said it was East Blue, didn't you? With Sanji's restaurant.
Oh, Baratier. Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
And we didn't even touch up on Sanji's backstory. That was crazy. Well, first backstory with his dad and with the what's the guy called? The cook, the main cook.
Yeah. And you see him skinny as fuck because he let Sanji eat all the food.
Crazy,
yeah,
all the food.
That was amazing.
That was crazy.
That was my second favorite backstory. I thought Nami's slap, like Nami's was so powerful, but Sanji's is perfect for his character. It's amazing for it. But no, yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear that. And then now you recap your points and then I'll wrap it up, to be honest.
So I think mine was, but these are going to be in order. Mine was Water 7, just because Frankie the GOAT. Second was Impel Down. Actually, no, sorry. Impel Down is first, 100%, because it was so like, I loved it. Then it was Water 7. Then it was Skypiea. Yeah. Because it was all three of them.
Shout out to
like supreme, all three of them supreme world building. Like Impel Down, the levels of torture and stuff. Water 7, like the train, all that shit. It was just so entertaining.
100%. Yeah. No, actually, that's a big shout out. Yeah, actually, shout out Impel Down because I enjoyed Impel Down a lot. Like you even talked about.
But to be fair, Impel Down like goes into Marineford, so you can count them as the same.
100%. And I think even a good point we didn't really mention about Impel Down is he ends up tag teaming with a lot of people you would have never expected him to be.
Exactly, in the first place. 100%. So like you meet Jinbei, who's in the cell with Ace. Yeah. So you're like, 100%. Shit, he must be just as powerful. And then he just ends up being Luffy's friend and helping him throughout 100%. The whole entire time. So it's 100%. Like, it's just, it's everything you want to happen.
Completely agree.
Which just shows how insane Oda is as a writer.
100%. Can just bring random
every
villains.
One Piece podcast like that. Yeah, man.
Oda's the GOAT. Like, yeah.
Oda's the GOAT. Yeah, no,
man. But I think that wraps up nicely. Obviously, to all the people who you've watched this far, let us know your opinions of your favorite arcs, as well as what you think is the best arc as well. Do you have Thriller Trash as well at the bottom, just like me, or are you on Jamie's side and think that's also underrated? Because I think that is a very different opinion that I haven't heard too much as well. So it's nice to hear different opinions as well. But yeah, obviously, all the mans, let us know what you think and like, comment, share, subscribe. And yeah, thank you for watching.
Thank you very much.
Young millionaire mentality. Why you keep ghosting me?